I think the tendency is, as you move into management, is to keep the poop umbrella and protect your team, right? Especially when you come from an engineering role and you move into a management role. And for example, you've been, again, like burned by a manager before, right? Like you've had bad experience where people were dumping their poop on you. By the way, our book has 10 mentions of the word poop. It's something we explicitly kept track of. Just saying. Um, the that tendency is very understandable, like protecting your team and also wanting to be there for them, wanting to help them, wanting to resolve the conflict or also answer questions, right? And protect them from whatever politics happen above you. Because like, there's also this thinking like we need, engineers need to focus, they need to get their work done and they don't need to or don't want to be distracted, right? All of that are valid reasons. I've worked with folks being their manager who had a tendency to do that, who wanted their engineers to just focus on code, just improving their product. But then there's something exactly what you said. It's like you take a certain level of autonomy away from them when you always try to resolve their conflicts or even just always answer their questions. And a very common problem is for early managers, or even for all managers at all levels, is that they always want to be there for their team. They always want to be there in case a question comes up, in case a blocker comes up, in case somebody has a problem that they need help with, and they're writing you a message in Slack or in Teams or wherever, and you want to be ready and respond at all, like instantly, because you want to make sure that your team isn't blocked, right? And so, but what you're doing is basically conditioning them that you always have the answer. Right? You're conditioning them to keep coming to you. And also, to be fair, it feels great to be there. It feels great to have an answer to a problem and help unblock somebody. It's like there's some value you can extract from that or this is the value I contribute to the team. Right? But you'll just be part of this vicious cycle, this endless loop of people continuing to come to you because they know they can, and they know they might not have to solve this thing on their own. And then they also, to your point, they don't learn how to resolve a conflict because it's a thing that you need to figure out, not just at work, but also in life, how you take 2, 3, or even more opinions and still try to find a path forward, right? And those might be completely distinct and different opinions, and you still have to figure out what to do. You can't ask your manager to step in, but then that's an easy thing. At least, then there's someone to also push the blame to for having made the decision. But then, it's like, it is part of the journey of growing up or being a grown up to me that you learn how to do these things, right? And also just sometimes learn how to, when you have a very strong opinion, when somebody has one and you can't find a way to just say, okay, let's try your thing. Like, I will take a step back, or we'll take your thing and figure out what is the smallest thing we can build to see if it gets us anywhere. Right? That's we call it soft skill, but it's really, those are the hard skills at work, right? The being able to do all of that. Those are the really hard ones. So navigating the different emotions, different desires, different egos, different value systems, and still somehow trying to find a way forward. And I think from a manager position, I think the poop umbrella always comes from a well-intentioned angle, right? It's not like you do this, for some malicious reasons or anything. There's a true desire to keep the team out of whatever garbage is going on over here, whatever the poop is that keeps dropping. My take on this is always, these people are adults, right? We're all adults. We understand that being an adult comes with, it's not easy, that there are certain types of decisions that are made in higher up management that we might not agree with, but still probably need to live with them or, look for a different job if we don't.